What's going on, YouTube? I'm back with a brand new video, and in this video we're going to be doing a $400 console switcher build. So this build's going to be for entry-level gaming, or if you like to play Dota or League of Legends, even Overwatch. This PC is going to be perfect for you. Also, students on a tight budget, maybe you're a college student, you got to pay for books, you got to pay for classes. I know how that is. This is going to be for you. Maybe you got a summer job that you're going to be starting here in a month or two. School's letting out. Maybe you want to get your first PC going. Maybe you want to build your very first one, get into PC gaming. This is going to be for you as well. I'm going to be linking all of the products that I name in the description box below. So make sure if you use those links, you're going to be helping me, supporting the channel. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the very first part, obviously, is going to be the processor. And for this build, since it's a budget build, you can't go wrong with the Intel Pentium G4560. I mean, for 60 bucks, and you're going to find it for maybe 65, 70-ish, $60 to $70, depending on where you go. I found this one for $60, and you're looking at a dual core with hyper-threading, clocked up to 3.5 gigahertz for only 60 bucks. Oh man, that's a deal. That's a deal right there. I mean, you're essentially getting an i3 6100 for half the price. i3s, the 6100s, they're going for about 110. This processor is 60 bucks. You're looking at like almost a 50% difference in price, and you're getting almost the same performance. Now, to be fair to the 6100, it is 5 to 10% faster depending on what game you're playing exactly. But I'll be more than happy to sacrifice 5 to 10% of performance for 50% price. The other thing, some of the other things you're getting with this CPU, you're getting a TDP of 54 watts. You can support up to 64 gigs of memory of RAM if you absolutely need that much for whatever reason and your motherboard permits it. You could do that. The other thing that I really like about this processor is that you can go up to 2400 megahertz of RAM. So that's going to equate to about 5 to 10% of performance increase versus taking the 2133 RAM. So that being said, going on to the motherboard, I went with the B250M HDV Micro ATX board by ASRock. Now, this is, for the most part, your typical run-of-the-mill, Micro ATX board. But there's one thing that stands out to me, at least, for this board. And that is, it supports NVMe SSDs. So that's one of those little bubblegum, stick-a-gum memory cards you can slip into your motherboard. And man, your computer will fly. It will fly. I upgraded mine to that, and it is very nice. It is very nice, and I'm really happy that this motherboard at $60 supports that. Everything else, you're just gonna get your basic, one PCIe 3.0 slot, 6 SATA 3 connections, 4 USB 3.0s, 2 USB 2.0s. You can go up to 32 gigs of RAM. Like I said, personally, I wouldn't. I would stick with 8, maybe go up to 12 or 16 if I'm feeling real frisky. Speaking of the RAM, we went with Corsair Vengeance LPX 8 gigabytes of DDR4 at 2400 megahertz. So again, this is going back to what I was saying about the processor being able to handle that fast of RAM. You're going to definitely see a few frames per second more. And, if you really want to, if you're on that big of a budget, like if you're, if literally every dollar counts, you could go down to 2133 memory, maybe save yourself $5 and do that. If you really want to, you could. But like I said, getting the faster memory is going to be, you're going to get 5 to 10% more performance out of your system and as a whole. It's a single DIMM as well, so that way, like I said, if you absolutely want to, you could upgrade it to 12, 16, or whatever it is that you want to upgrade it to. So next, this one I thought about, this for storage. I was thinking, maybe we could put an SSD in there, just a hard drive. maybe do like both. But you know what? I figured, you know what? This is a budget build. Those of you that get this PC are going to be on a budget. You're going to probably just play games on it, maybe browse the internet, and maybe do some schoolwork, and that's probably going to be the extent of it. So I just went ahead and just went with the WD 1 terabyte hard drive. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. It's a nice hard drive. It's going to do everything you need it to. 72 RPM, so it's not slow, but it's not going to be SSD. But you could get a lot slower too. Believe me. Also with Western Digital, you're getting a 2-year manufacturer warranty, which is always nice. I really doubt you're going to need to use it. Western Digital makes excellent drives. That's what I use for my system. Every time anybody asks me about, what kind of storage they should get, I always tell them get Western Digital. So next, we're going on to the process to the GPU, to the graphics card. So this one we had a little bit of flexibility on, and you could go really either way with this. I decided to go with the EVGA GeForce GTX 1050 Ti ACX 2.0 Cooler Edition with 4 gigs of GDDR5 RAM at 128 bits. This is a DDP of only 75 watts, so you're not going to need that extra pin to plug it into it. This is going to be drawing all the power directly from the motherboard, so that's nice. It's a really good card if you just want to upgrade. Let's say you have a small form factor PC, like an ITX build or something. I mean, you could easily slip this in. This will fit into most systems. It's a very small card. You're getting 768 CUDA cores. You're getting a boost clock of 139 gigahertz. You're getting 1 dual-link DVI-D. You're getting 1 HDMI 2.0 and 1 DisplayPort 1.4. It's going to support DX12. I mean, it's a wonderful all-around card. You're going to be able to hit most of the modern titles, most games. You're going to be getting 60 FPS at high to ultra settings. The AAA titles, so your Witcher 3s, maybe, that you might have to tone down a couple of things to hit that 60 FPS. But I mean, all around, this is a great graphics card. It should last you easily 3 to 4 years, easily, until you might have to consider getting an upgrade. But everything that's going to house all these components, the case, you're going to have a lot of flexibility with. It just depends on what you want. There's a few different ways to go with this. I personally went with the Axon XON 350 BK ATX mid-tower. It's nothing really special. You're getting 2 3.5-inch bays. It supports an full-size ATX motherboard. If you want to upgrade to one of those in the future, you can. You're getting 1 USB 3.0, 1 USB 2.0. You're getting 7 expansion slots, and then in the back of the case for exhaust, you could add an 80mm or 90mm fan if you really want to. You could do that. One thing that this case does include that not all cases do, that is a 120mm blue LED fan. So that's going to be intaking air, keeping your system cool. And what's really nice about this case is it actually has a metal mesh, like a fine metal mesh in the front of that fan. So that way it takes out all of the dust that's going to go into your system. So it's going to keep your system looking nice and clean. I mean, like I said, there's a few ways you could go with this. I mean, there's also, I was thinking about doing this as well, but I don't know about the power supply. But there is Logisys. Logisys makes pretty good cases, ATX mid towers. I'm gonna have them linked in the description below as well. But the good thing about them is they're only about $30 to $35, so it's gonna cut down on the cost of this build a lot. So if you're in a super tight budget, definitely go with that. And the reason I say that is because these cases include a 480 watt power supply. So like I said, this system shouldn't draw that much power to begin with, very little. And I mean, you're probably looking at about maybe just over 200 at full load, everything going, and you're probably never going to hit that. You're probably looking at 150 to 200 ish, more than likely. So I'll have one of those cases linked in the description below as well if you want to go with that. So next, the power supply. The power supply is one thing you really don't want to cheap out on. Spend the extra couple dollars, get a decent power supply, even if you're on a budget, And for this power supply, I went ahead and chose the EVGA 500 watt 80 plus certified ATX power supply. So this is 500 watts, like it says, 80 plus certified. You're not getting 80 plus bronze, you're not getting 80 plus gold, none of that, but it's 80 plus. It's really all you need for something like this. It's non-modular, so it might make cable management a little bit hectic, but again, for the type of PC this is, and the cases that I even put in this is that you can't even really see inside. The really nice thing about this is you're getting a 3-year warranty, and so if anything goes wrong with the PSU, hit up EVGA. Their power supplies are very, very good. I have one in my system as well. Them and Corsair. Corsair makes really good power supplies as well, but EVGA, for me personally, I like them. I'm going to be getting the Axion case, then getting the Logisys. Then you can just skip the power supply altogether, because the Logisys case already includes one. And from what I've read online, those power supplies aren't terrible. I don't know, some people don't trust those power supplies just because they're included in the case. They kind of don't have the best, what's the word I'm looking for? The best reputation, I guess. But this particular one, from the reviews I've read, is not bad. And plus, like I said, for this PC, I think you'd be okay with that. Anyway, so the total for all this before any rebates is going to be $415.99 after your mail-in rebates. If you take advantage of those, the ones that are on Newegg, you're looking at a $30 discount on top of that, and that's going to bring your price down to $390.97, and that's included with the $4.98 of shipping. So there you have it. For $400 you can get yourself an excellent little gaming rig. The last few years, you won't have to upgrade anything for a while, and have fun playing with it. Let me know how it goes. But anyway, so thank you guys for watching. If you have any suggestions that you think I could make a video better, or maybe some ideas to do videos on, let me know. I'm pretty new to this YouTube thing. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I hope you guys are enjoying it. And subscribe. Definitely subscribe. That's the best way you can tell me that I'm doing a good job. If you guys have any ideas for any videos or something I can do to improve, definitely let me know. Anyway, have fun. Keep gaming. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Thanks.